Yes, as we all know, poultry farming is a very profitable agricultural business. And again, a farmer will make a lot of profit, especially if he have more knowledge in agriculture and how to manage it, especially that of poultry farming. So, hello guys, welcome back to Vitex Farm channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about between organic poultry farming and synthetic poultry farming. Which one is more profitable? Which one should you dive into as a beginner? So in this video, I will not tell you the one to choose. You are the one that will choose it by yourself. Only what I have to talk in this video is that I will talk about the definition of both the organic and the synthetic poultry farming. I'll also talk about the difference between this organic and synthetic farming. We'll also talk about the importance of each of these type of poultry farm. So that is what we are going to talk about in today's video. Please, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So our topic today is between organic and synthetic farming. Which one is more profitable, or which one is best for a beginner to start? That's what we want to talk about in today's video. So let's start. As I've earlier said, we are going to talk about the definition of each of these type of poultry farming. So let's start with the definition of organic poultry farming. Organic poultry farming is a system of agriculture in which a bird is being trained from day old down to slaughter level without the use of vaccine, chemical, synthetic drug, or commercial drugs. Again, organic poultry farming is a system of agriculture in which birds are raised from day one to slaughter without the use of synthetic drugs, without the use of chemical, without the use of vaccine. Instead, you use natural medication for this bird, such as from the roots, the herbs, and the spices. That is what you use as the medication. And again, this type of bird, they feed on pastures, they feed on grass, because some of these grass are medicated grass. Yeah, that is it. Then the synthetic poultry farming is a system of agriculture in which your birds are raised from day one to slaughter level with the use of synthetic drugs, chemical, vaccine, commercial drugs, and growth booster. Again, synthetic poultry farming is a process whereby your birds are raised with the use of chemical, synthetic drugs, growth booster, either for their meat or egg production. The difference between these two types of agricultural farming is that organic poultry farming deals with herbs, roots, and spices, while that of synthetic farming deal with chemical, synthetic drugs, vaccine, etc. And again, this organic poultry farming, it costs less. You will not put a lot of money in starting it, while that of synthetic farming, you put a lot of money in starting it because of their drugs, their feed, and their vaccine. But that of organic poultry farming, you just use these natural herbs. They are not costly. You can see them around your area, such as the neem leaf, the turmeric, ginger, garlic, Christmas lemon, etc. But that of the synthetic farming, you buy drugs, and if the drug is not nearer to your place, it will be very hard for you to manage that system of poultry farming. So next, we'll move to the importance of each of these agricultural farming. Sorry for that, it is a call. We'll move to the importance of this type of agricultural farming. The importance of organic poultry farming is that, one, these organic meats or the birds, they are not dangerous to human health, because you feed them with this vegetable. You use this vegetable to cure their sickness, and in turn these vegetables are used as food for human. And again, this type of poultry farming, you don't spend a lot in this type of poultry farming. And again, it is very simple to start. You give them natural drugs that will not cost you a lot of money. The importance of this synthetic poultry farming is that with the help of this growth booster, your birds can attain a marketable weight within a period of 1.5 weeks to 2.5 weeks. And again, with enough synthetic feed or medicated feed, your birds can be able to stand against any poultry disease. And again, this synthetic poultry farming, when you notice a viral disease in your poultry farming, you can use your vaccine. It will help to prevent the spread of this disease. So those are the small importance of both the organic and synthetic poultry farming. So now let's talk about this type of poultry farming individually. Let's talk about the organic poultry farming. As I've earlier said, organic poultry farming is the process whereby birds are raised with organic drugs, with vegetable, with natural herbs and roots. In this type of poultry farming, there is no need of vaccine. In this type of poultry farming, you go on natural medication in this type of bird. So that is what organic poultry farming is all about. So let's talk about the medication aspect of this poultry farming. As we all know, medication is the process of administering drugs or medicine to your bird. In this type of poultry farming, you need to medicate your bird, not with a synthetic drug, with the organic drug. Some of these drugs are made out of garlic, ginger, turmeric, Christmas melon. They cure many diseases, and they are still growth booster in your poultry farming. That is all about the medication in organic poultry farming. Then the vaccination. Well, you do not vaccinate your bird in this type of poultry farming. No synthetic vaccination is required. What you have to do is just to medicate your bird. And these drugs, these organic drugs, they stay a very long time in the body of this bird. They help to kill all those viral diseases. The next one is the housing aspect. Just as every other type of poultry farming, this organic poultry bird, they are the same like other birds. You can give them a room, or you can train them through cage, so they are not exempted in the matter of housing. The next one is the cost in starting this type of poultry farming. Well, the cost in starting this type of poultry farming is not that much. You can start it with small money, because one, you do not buy commercial drugs, you do not buy medicated feed, and you do not buy vaccine for this bird. So all you have to do, you need to go on organic drug. Some of these organic plants around your area, something like the pawpaw leaf, the neem leaf, also called the dogoyaro leaf, the ginger, the garlic, the turmeric, the onions, and many other things. They are around your area. Even though you want to buy them, they will be very cheap. So the cost is not too much. Another one is the skilled required in doing this type of poultry business. Well, in this type of poultry business, you need somebody that will tutor you. You need somebody that will guide you in this type of poultry farming. Because in this organic poultry farming, you cannot just start as a novice and become a professional. It will be very hard and difficult, because you meet somebody that will teach you how to prepare this medication, how to ferment food for this poultry bird, and other things. So in the aspect of skill, you need to be tutored. You need somebody to teach you. You need your backbone, person that will help you in this type of poultry farming. Then lastly, let's talk about the feeding aspect. Well, the feeding aspect of this type of poultry farming is not that much. You can give this bird fermented feed. You can give them formulated feed. You can even give them vegetable and spices to eat. All these things, they are not costly. In case you don't know what fermented feed is, fermented feed, they are feed that are soaked in the water for a period of 3 days so that they will rise, so that you can feed them to this your bird, and this help your bird to digest them very quickly and fastly. So that's what we have in that of organic poultry farming. The next one is the synthetic poultry farming. What is synthetic poultry farming? As I've earlier said, synthetic poultry farming is a type of agricultural business whereby a type of poultry farming whereby you raise your bird with chemical, medicated feed, vaccine, and so on, even growth booster. It's a type of poultry farming which you raise your poultry bird with vaccine, medicated feed, medicine, and vaccine. So that's what we call synthetic poultry farming. So let's talk about this synthetic poultry farming. Let's talk about the medication aspect in this synthetic poultry farming. Well, as we have said, medication is not exempted in any of this poultry farming. The difference is that one is natural medication while the other one is synthetic medication. So in this synthetic type of poultry farming or inorganic type of poultry farming, you need to medicate your bird. We have plenty medication. We have the antibiotic, we have the antiviral, we have the antiparasite drugs. There are many, so you need to administer this drug for them to cure a particular sickness or to prevent a particular sickness. The second aspect is the vaccination. Yes, synthetic birds, they are vaccinated. So we have the Gumboro vaccine, we have the Lasota vaccine used for viral disease like Newcastle, and we have other vaccine. So these birds, they are vaccinated. These synthetic birds, they are vaccinated. What about the housing aspect? Well, as we all know, housing is important in poultry farming because it helps to protect the bird from wind, from sun, and from harmful animal or object or even thief. So they need housing. You can house these birds through cage or through a building or even frame range. You can still do that. Housing too is very important. The next one is the cost in starting this type of poultry farming. Well, this type of poultry farming, they cost a lot because you need to buy their drugs, their vaccine, their feed, their medicated feed, and their insecticide in order to flee the place before bringing in your bird. So if you come for cost, it costs a lot. What about the skill needed in starting this type of poultry farming? Well, you need skill, but not that too much like that of the organic poultry farming, because here you can start like a novice and become a professional as time goes on. For example, when you want to medicate or vaccinate the feed, you will see some instruction in the body of that drugs or vaccine. So if you can read and understand, you'll be able to do it. The skills there is not too much, but you can learn it too, but the skills is not too much like that of organic poultry farming. Lastly, let's talk about the feeding method. Well, the feeding method too is very costly. You can give them formulated feed if you are sure that it will be very important in their heads. You can give them formulated feed, but feed is very important. Feeding aspect is very important in this type of poultry farming. Well, the feeding aspect, it costs a lot in this type of poultry farming because it's not every time you will give them formulated feed. But if you are good in formulating feed for your bird, it is very important. But the formulation of the feed should contain the necessary ingredients needed for your bird to grow, to withstand disease, and to stay healthy. So in the feeding aspect of this type of bird, the feeding aspect is very costly. You can't compare it with that of the organic poultry farming, because in the organic poultry farming, you can give your bird vegetable, you can give them formulated feed, you can give them fermented feed. But in this type of poultry farming, you can give them fermented, but not too like that. What you have to do, you need to buy the commercial feed in this type of poultry farming for your birds to be okay, to grow fast. So that is it. That is just the difference between the organic and synthetic type of poultry farming. So the choice is yours. I will not be the one to choose for you, but with the explanation in the video here, you are the one that will choose by yourself according to your knowledge, according to your money, according to the area you live, and according to the land you have. So you will decide which type of poultry farming you want to enter into, either the organic or the synthetic type of poultry farming. So thank you guys for sticking with us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. But if you have other questions, you can drop them down in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to Vitex Farm channel. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on TikTok. Share the video, like. Thank you. See you in my next video. Bye. Love you all. Lots of love.